Oh, all right. Whoa, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've even played with distortion, other than like on my Cat City gigs. But real quick, I want to talk about some stuff with like stylistic stuff where, you know, you've got, there's kind of two schools where I come from. Well, there's a million schools, but I grew up listening to like blues and classic rock. Then I got into like prog metal, which was, and again, guys, I'm using this thumb pick. I'm getting used to it slowly. Like thumb picking stuff is great, chord stuff is great. I love it, and I prefer it overall. But like, that stuff's still tricky. But like the blues stuff tends to come from, you could call it more feeling, more soulful. It can be. It certainly can be. But just because somebody goes like this, that doesn't mean they're feeling shit. Don't be fooled. But I'm just saying from a timing perspective, like if you listen to like a B.B. King solo, it's just kind of, it's just open, you know. And whereas, like, if a shred guy were to play over that, I mean, he might do that. I mean, that stuff's still on the table, but it's going to be more like... There's more of a defined 8th note, 16th note, 16th note triplet, whatever it is. And so I had to sort of, at some point in my life, when I went from the blues stuff to the shreddy stuff, and I was doing like 16 note triplets or 30-second notes, whatever I was fucking working on at the time, I had, at some point in the not so distant past, I had to sort of amend things so I wasn't doing that rigid stuff, you know, that you can hear it when somebody tries playing. Somebody sent me this Guthrie Govan video recently, and he's great, but he had a great video on guys when they tried playing over a blues with like interesting scales. You know, they try to like soup up their blues playing, which I'm all for, But instead of, instead of sounding, appropriate, they're like, and like this throwing in weird chromatic shit that they're not familiar enough with to utilize properly, excuse me. Got the real estate on the brain. But what I recommend for all this stuff, I don't know if I'm saying this clearly enough, but I love the shred stuff. I love the technique, the 16-note triplet, the fast picking, the legato. I love that stuff. And you can use that anywhere. I've used jazz stuff and metal stuff and jazz stuff and country and jazz and country and like everything is interchangeable. And that's the fun of it. You don't want to like interchange like something that sounds super shitty. Like, and believe me, like forcing yourself to play certain scales over certain things is going to sound super shitty over any style. It doesn't have to be the blues or something, more where you're supposed to show more emotion. So my take on this, my recommendation would simply be, practice that stuff. Practice it till, you have to practice the shit out of it. While you're practicing, force the shit out of it. Force it over everything. I imagine, I've never taken any sort of martial arts, but I assume that if you're learning a certain punch or a certain arm lock or some kind of submission hold, you're not just going to learn it and then use it. So, like, you're going to force it. You're going to do it a million times. You're going to practice it and then move on. So music's the same way. You've got to beat the shit out of it until it kind of becomes part of your vocabulary, and then kind of, hands off. And when you play actual music, if you're jamming and like showing off with another guitar player, just trying to fuck with each other, that's cool too. Have fun and like shred away and do whatever. But when it comes to like making music to listen to, you got some girl you're trying to impress or something, or a guy, try to shut that stuff off and really kind of be able to sing what you play. This is kind of loud. Oh my God, this Peavey, this old like 70s Peavey classic is a fucking monster. Guys, I can't recommend this enough. I would put this against almost any amp on earth, and I think I got it for like $200. So if I'm playing over a simple like I can't sing that fast. And you might not do, I can't sing for shit, so I can't necessarily sing everything I'm playing perfectly, but at least it kind of puts me in a position where I'm playing what I'm singing. I'm not singing what I'm playing. I think I've done a video on this before. I'm not just going and going, it's a different vibe when you play what you sing. You're not just going to go, it's not going in that direction. It's going in this direction, if that makes any sense. It's coming from in you, out your freaking mouth, to the guitar. So you're playing what you're singing, and there is a difference. Because otherwise you'll just be playing the same old shit and trying to sing it, which isn't, because it's not going to work. So just, and if it's too high, bring it down an octave. All right. I think I've said enough without saying anything.